Have you ever caught yourself talking to yourself? Maybe while looking for your keys, maybe while practicing a conversation, or maybe while trying to solve a problem. Most of us have done it. In fact, you might have done it today. And if someone else saw you doing it, it would probably look a little strange. After all, why would anyone talk to themselves? You're already there. You already know what you're thinking. Maybe you've done something like this before. You're looking everywhere for your keys, and without even realizing it, you start talking out loud. Keys, keys, where did I put my keys? Then suddenly, you find them. But here's the strange part. Why did talking out loud seem to help? After all, the information was already inside your brain. You already knew what you were looking for. So why did talking out loud make a difference? One reason we need to talk to ourselves is that it helps us organize our thoughts. Your brain is constantly juggling information. Things you need to remember, problems you need to solve, places you need to be. When you say those things out loud, your brain can sort through them more easily. Self-talk doesn't just help you find things, it can also help you learn. Students often talk to themselves through difficult problems. Athletes do it before a big game. Even when you're solving a puzzle, saying the steps out loud can help you stay focused and make fewer mistakes. It's not just students. Athletes do it too. Before a race, you might hear someone quietly talking to themselves. Stay focused. You can do this. One step at a time. It may look strange, but it actually helps the brain stay on task. Self-talk may be older than we think. Imagine an ancient human sitting by a campfire thousands of years ago. Tomorrow's hunt could mean the difference between eating and going hungry. They needed to remember routes, avoid danger, and make plans. Talking through these plans may have helped our ancestors think more clearly and prepare for what came next. For our ancestors, survival often depended on planning ahead. Which path should they take? Where might danger be hiding? What if the hunt didn't go as expected? Talking through those possibilities may have helped them organize their thoughts and make better decisions. In a dangerous world, that could be a huge advantage. Self-talk isn't just about talking. It's about thinking ahead. Long before maps, smartphones, or even writing, humans had to keep plans inside their heads. Where to go, what to avoid, and what to do next. Turning those thoughts into words may have made them easier to remember and easier to follow. A plan is only useful if you can remember it. By turning thoughts into words, early humans may have been able to hold on to important information for longer. Where the animals were, which path was the safest, and what to do when things didn't go according to plans. Self-talk may have helped transform ideas into actions. Eventually, humans found ways to share their ideas with others. Before paper, before books, and long before smartphones, people used drawings, symbols, and stories to remember important information. But even then, many of those ideas probably started as words spoken out loud, a conversation with someone else or a conversation with themselves. Thousands of years have passed since those first humans walked the earth. We've built cities, invented machines, flown across oceans, and even traveled into space. But one thing hasn't changed. We still talk to ourselves. In many ways, our brains are using the same mental tools they've used for thousands of years. Today, we use self-talk for many of the same reasons. Imagine you're preparing for an important presentation. You might quietly say, okay, start with the introduction. Don't forget the main points. Take your time. By putting thoughts into words, the brain can organize information and stay focused on the task ahead. Self-talk can also calm us down. Before a big speech, a performance, or an important meeting, many people quietly encourage themselves. They might say, you've practiced for this. Take a deep breath. You've got this. Those simple words can reduce anxiety and boost confidence. Self-talk can also help us solve problems. When we're facing a difficult situation, many of us naturally start talking things through. What are my options? What happens if I choose this? Is there a better solution? Putting thoughts into words can help untangle complicated problems and make them easier to understand. Sometimes talking through a problem can lead to a breakthrough. By hearing our own thoughts out loud, we spot mistakes, discover new ideas, and connect things we hadn't noticed before. In other words, self-talk can help us think more clearly. And sometimes the answer we're looking for is already in our head. From planning hunts in prehistoric times to preparing presentations, solving problems, and calming our nerves, self-talk has helped humans navigate the world for thousands of years. The tools around us may have changed, but the voice inside our heads is still helping us learn, remember, and make decisions every day. So why do we talk to ourselves? Scientists believe self-talk helps us organize information, remember important details, solve problems, and control our emotions. What may seem like a strange habit could actually be one of the brain's most useful tools, and chances are you've been using it your entire life. So the next time you catch yourself talking to yourself, don't worry, you're not doing anything unusual. In fact, you may be using one of humanity's oldest mental tools, a tool that has helped people plan, learn, remember, and solve problems for thousands of years. And that's pretty amazing.